Hey, what's up guys? This is Rubin. In this video, since it's the first one, I thought it would be a good idea to answer the number one question I get asked when guys reach out to me, and that is, how do I overcome social anxiety? And it's a very complex answer. There's a lot to unpack. And so I thought it'd be a good idea to explain it from the framework that I use to coach and the number one framework that's allowed me to make some deep internal shifts and fully overcome this thing. So without further ado, let's get into it. So for those of you who don't know me, I struggle with social anxiety for decades. It showed up in my life in a number of ways. I couldn't speak in front of people without my voice shaking and quivering. I felt like I didn't belong in groups. No matter what I did in groups, I had this thing dangling over my head like I didn't belong. I was in conversations, I was just too panicked. I was freaking out inside. No matter what I did, I couldn't be present. So tried a number of things. I tried everything out there. I went to see doctors, I went to see therapists, read tons of books, YouTube videos. If it's out there, you name it, I tried it. Everything. So I don't want this whole video to be all about my story. I do have a free report. I'll link it to the video. You can read through it, read through my entire story. And in that report, it shows you what you need to unlock to get that full recovery from social anxiety. So for now, just know I've been there. I've been in a place where I felt completely defective, completely doomed for life. Like everybody else in the group is fine except me, that sort of thing. But the main principle, the one that was absolutely instrumental in my recovery, an absolute game changer, the principle that there is nothing wrong with you. Absolutely nothing. And I'm gonna come back to that statement, but I just want to discuss a couple of things here. So we live in a society that's obsessed with fixing things and fixing people, making them normal, right? So the society is obsessed with looking for external solutions to fix people. So for example, if you go to the doctor and you say you got anxiety, they're gonna prescribe you with anxiety medication, right? Because the anxiety medication is gonna fix you. It's gonna fix the chemical imbalance inside you. Or if you go to the therapist, they're gonna say you have these issues because of this, and this in your childhood, right? So it's another external validation of why you are the way you are. After we read books and books and books, and we try to get these external explanations of why we are the way we are. Now, the social anxiety thing, it's huge. There's hundreds and hundreds of millions of people around the world suffering from this thing. It is now the second most diagnosed form of anxiety in the US. And over here in the Western world, it is growing more and more, astronomically more than anywhere in the world. And now we have millennials reporting as being the most anxious generation to date. So this thing is massive. And it's largely being mistreated over here in the Western world because people are trying to fix it at the level of the head. They're trying to get an intellectual answer, and they're trying to fix it through external fixes. Now, what I found was looking for those external fixes. I'm obviously guilty of it as well, but looking for those external fixes, like dozens and dozens of books, YouTube channels on charisma, social confidence courses, looking at all these things that I thought were gonna fix my issue. None of those worked for me. It actually made things worse for me because I would try to get all these strategies and put them into place in real life situations, but my body wasn't ready to let go, right? So up here intellectually, I had all these things that I wanted to do. And the more I wanted to change things up here and go into these social situations or work situations or whatever, the more I wanted to change it up here, the more they stayed the same because my body wasn't gonna let go. But then the big realization was And what was shown to me, right, is when I realized people, when I was interacting with people, they were simply mirroring something that was already inside of me. So what I noticed was when I was talking to somebody, for example, somebody I liked, right? There would be a different physiological response inside, or a certain physiological response, right? Then I would talk to somebody, say I felt superior to, or I was judging, right? A different physiological response, right? Or somebody that I just couldn't stand, different physiological response. And I noticed that everything was starting within my own body, within my own mind. And so that was a huge realization, because I realized everything that I was experiencing started with me and ended with me, which is why the surface level techniques never worked for me. For example, like how to not run out of things to say, right? So that's something I looked up. I would go and I'd try these techniques out there. But then I came to the realization, why do I feel like I need to say something, like I need to say the perfect line? What's going on inside? Why am I feeling like this? You know, what is it about this person that's triggering this need or this feeling that I have to say something cool or say the perfect line? Now, that is the reason why 80 to 90% of what I teach is internal. It's an inside job. It's an inside transformation. So I call this getting to know your inner landscape. It's about being rigorously honest with yourself about what you're feeling inside, what's coming up for you, what you're experiencing internally, how your body is utilizing energy, how it's holding past trauma, and how that has turned and manifested into holding patterns in your body. So my approach, and the approach that I found worked the best for me, was not starting on this end of the spectrum with techniques, but all the way on the opposite end, starting with your inner landscape, your internal experience, starting with your body. Why? Because the body, when you think about it, it is another mind. It's the subconscious mind, right? So you could you could do all the techniques up here, right? Watch all the videos. Yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. But if your body doesn't let go, it doesn't let go. Your body holds your life experience. It holds your patterns, your habits. It is the subconscious automatic mind. The body's gonna respond how it responds based on your past experiences. Now, going back to the statement, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with me. What does that mean? That means inside all of us, there is an authentic self, a true self, right? A higher self. Now, I don't want to get too weird, but I'm a spiritual guy, so I can call that my soul, right? I'm okay with that. But for you, whatever that means to you, you could call it your soul, your higher self, your true self. You could call it the universe. You could call it just a higher energy within you. Whatever resonates with you, right? And whatever you're comfortable with, just know that we all have it within us. It's a part of being human. It's within us all. It's what makes us all equal and what connects us all to each other. Now, this is an aspect to everybody that too much intellectual and logical reasoning neglects to acknowledge. So the only way for you to tap into that higher energy, that higher vibration, that more authentic part of you is through your body. Your mind and your body need to be integrated for you to tap into that higher energy, be present, and be balanced and flowing like we all want to be, right? So once you're able to do that, that's when you'll crack the jokes, you'll banter with people, you'll connect with people, because that's the way you're meant to be, guys. It's not about doing techniques and saying lines or anything like that. When you are fully integrated in your body and your mind, that stuff comes. Why? because you're a human being. You're meant to connect with people. You're meant to be funny. You're meant to have compassion for other people. You're meant to be curious for other people or about other people. Now, it's extremely important to realize this. It's your birthright. It's your worth here in the world. And that's a crucial principle that helped me. The fact that the shift that needs to happen is internal. And that's the crucial principle that I needed to learn. It's an inside transformation, an inside job. And so when guys ask me, they'll be like, am I really stuck with this personality? Am I stuck being like shy and boring and just this nice guy? I tell them it's not your personality. It's the one that was assigned to you, but it's not authentically who you are. And so don't worry, guys. As the months go on by, I'm gonna show you how to peel back those layers and get down to your deepest core so you can get in touch with it, connect with it, and then start expanding out as you were meant to be. All right? Talk to you later.